Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Hey, Daddy.
Every day I'm hustling.
You fight with my body.
This a dollar beat. This a dollar beat.
BoxingWords.com.
You won the bet with no
Hey,
body.
Daddy.
BoxingWords.com.
This a dollar beat.
You never gonna get the fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Payday,
BoxingWords.com.
payday. You want payday. I know that. Oh, look this guy. That's the plan to
BoxingWords.com.
go for the belt, and I'm coming, man. I'm coming, my friend. Get the fuck out of here, man. Please get the fuck out of here, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
BoxingWords.com.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I'm alone for the moment, but King Amin of Essex will be joining me, and we have a bunch of topics to talk about. I heard the bat call, and they're not happy. I don't know why. You know, some of these are hardcore topics. Some of these are fights that, were hard to put together in one way or another, and now we have them. And we'll start with Jermell Charlo. We've been talking about Jermell so much because of the way he's been approaching trying to get a Canelo Alvarez fight. And if you're just joining the live stream, let's go ahead and hit that thumbs up button now that there's not too many of you, so that we can have those likes correlate with the amount of people that are tuning in to the program. First order of business is Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano rematch, which is set for March 19th. And not a bad date. I like that. It's the first quarter, so we start off the year right with a fight that the public wants in a matchup that is most certainly an intriguing one. Many speculated as to whether or not this would happen. Me, myself, I was speculating as to was there any possibility that Terrence Crawford could slide in as that WBO welterweight champion and take the position of Jermell and fight Castano as the super champion, but looks like the WBO will allow Castano to continue his attempts to undispute the division, and he'll face Jermell Charlo March 19th. Now, the beauty of this is that the fight will likely land in Los Angeles and not in Houston, in the hometown of Charlo. So it looks like Castano was able to convince Al Heyman to give him neutral territory. First fight, it was in favor of Jermell. You didn't get it done on that first fight. It looks like Al had to be nice to his other Argentinian Al Heyman represented fighter in Brian Castano and make things a little right, especially since there are some people that believe Castano won and didn't get the decision. Al's got to do his job for both guys. Yes, Charlo was there first, but it looks like he's evening the playing field. Once again, this fight not taking place in Houston. And once again, me reminding you that you should be hitting the thumbs up button to help with the visibility of the show. It'll put this episode, particularly in the eyes of maybe new boxing fans that just stumbled across the program and now know that they can come here to not only talk boxing, but to give their opinion openly. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And, I'll skim through all the topics, giving some of these co-hosts some time to jump on. I'm not sure if Adrian will be jumping on. Obviously, he has class today with his team, as he's a boxing coach. But once again, Amin should be joining. And we have topic number 2. Another good hardcore fans topic. I don't know why James Benitez was so upset, but it's confirmed. Tony Yoka has formally and officially accepted tonight in writing the challenge to fight Filip Hrgovic in the final IBF Eliminator for the Heavyweight World Championship. And we now have a dance partner for the Animal. He found someone. So I thought that was great news, especially since Michael Hunter, someone that we know here, he obviously chose not to fight Filip Hrgovic. And we've been reporting on the many people that have turned down the Filip Hrgovic fight. He was going down as some sort of boogeyman, but Yoka steps up. He's trained by Virgil Hunter. Many didn't even expect Yoka to step up because of who he's trained by. But it looks like they're finally ready to take the leash off of Tony Yoka and have him get in the ring with Filip Hrgovic. Now, I think it's a fantastic fight. I don't see the animal that Hrgovic is. I guess we shall see that now because he's going to be in the ring with someone as fresh as Yoka. And by fresh, I mean, obviously, hasn't been in there with any tough contenders to, have any hiccups. Both of these guys are kind of like on a prospect contender level, For Hrgovic, I don't know. Biggest name possibly, who was the guy that he beat? The biggest name? Eric Molina, maybe? Eric Molina. I mean, I'm going to do a Google search and just see. But I think that's about the biggest name that he's beat. Rydell Booker, Eric Molina, Mario Herrera, Gregory Corbin, Kevin Kimping Johnson, Amir Mansour, and Thomas Little, even Pavel Sauer. All mediocre little names that, really don't hold a candle to Tony Yoka. This would be the biggest name on the resume of Filip Hrgovic, the youngest, freshest spring chicken for sure. So we really get to see what he has. I don't think that we have had that opportunity. I know that Amir, his last opponent on the Devin Haney undercard, that guy made the animal not look like an animal. I'm just saying. Amir was from Germany, and he gave it a good shot. Hrgovic got really dirty, used a lot of forearms, a lot of punches behind the back, of the head, and no real warnings from the referee. So I'm just wondering, did Yoka and his team, have they noticed the foul play, the cheating ways of Filip Hrgovic, and what do they plan on doing about it? Now, Yoka, again, a great opponent as he stands 6'7", and Filip Hrgovic 6'6". Yoka, 11 wins, 9 by KO. Hrgovic, 14 wins, 12 by KO. 81% knockout ratio, damn near 82% for Yoka, and for Filip Hrgovic, 85. Evenly matched. And to tell you the truth, I would say that Yoka has the better opposition, already having Joey DeVaco on his resume. Actually, that's not Joey DeVaco, right? That's Joel DeJeco. Yeah, it's definitely not Joey DeVaco. But he does have Christian Hammer, great opponent, common opponent with Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz. Joanne Duhaupas, common opponent with Alexander Povetkin and Deontay Wilder. Maurice Vach, common opponent with a lot of people. Alexander Dimitrenko, David Allen, Jonathan Rice, who just beat my guy 2 times, Michael Polite Coffee. So Tony Yoka having the better resume. The only issue with Yoka is that he's made all of those guys come to France. And he's been fighting all those guys in the comfort of his home territory in France. It would be very interesting to see, can he lure Hrgovic to France as well, being as though he looks to be the money man in his country. I'm being told by the rich kid that Hrgovic and Yoka fought 3 times in the amateurs. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that, I was going to say originally that Hrgovic won twice, but something tells me it was Yoka that won twice. Who can answer that question? Who won twice in the amateurs? I see people saying Yoka getting slept. I don't know. He's got the better opposition. He's ranked 20 in the world by BoxRec, while Filip is ranked 14. But again, I prefer the resume of Yoka and the opponents of Yoka over the opponents of Hrgovic. And I've actually watched Hrgovic fights, and again, he looks slightly vulnerable. Eric Molina landed a nice right hand on him maybe more than once. But nonetheless, very good fight. And for Yoka, it looks good because originally it was said that he was turning down this opportunity. So obviously looks good for him to be able to come back and take away that boogeyman moniker that Hrgovic has. Now, Hrgovic is a tough guy. You know, I got to meet him and interview him December 4th and 5th, and he was telling me how Anthony Joshua smiles too much, and that's the first thing he would tell Joshua to quit doing is smiling so damn much. There's nothing funny about this sport, he said to me. And he's got this real tough guy attitude, you know. He talks very calm and straight to the point. He's like, I would tell Anthony Joshua, stop smiling. Stop smiling. And it's like, chill, animal, calm down. You know, but again, in that last fight, I seen some cheating ways, man. I seen some cheating ways. I'm sorry. He landed a lot of behind-the-back shots, to the back of the head shots on that poor German. And obviously that German, you know, he's never been to America. He's never been on this stage. He did the little bit of complaining that he did, but not much. And you know, being a person that has lived through the Pritchard Colon story and actually watched it happen before my eyes and not believe Pritchard, not believe him, you know, live while I'm seeing him get hit behind the head, I'm complaining like, come on, man, stop complaining. And then sure enough, his life is just destroyed and changed after that fight. The very minute that fight is over, he's still patting the back of his head and it's rushed to the ambulance. So it's like, when I see somebody get hit behind the head now, I'm rushing and yelling to try and get the attention of the referee, to hope that the referee can warn them, because I watched young Pritchard Colon's life get changed and altered in a matter of minutes. So I take those punches very seriously. You know, I knew Pritchard personally. We had a very good relationship, and it sucks that he won't be the same due to illegal blows that, you know, a lot of times we brush them off, you know. We say things like, oh, man up, or stop bitching, and, you know, we're not the ones taking those shots. We're not the ones taking those shots, and, you know, it's just hard to put yourself in the position of the man receiving those blows. We just never know how dangerous and life-altering they can be. So you gotta keep your eye on this Hrgovic fella, man, because he doesn't give a fuck. I'm telling you right now. He uses that forearm worse than Floyd, and he'll punch you behind the head without a doubt. But we got Gil Lopez. I don't know if that's Castle Hill Gil, but he's got the sticker of the laptop open saying, work. You already know. Love what you do what you love. It's never a day of work. James Benitez, the culprit, the guy that says the topics are garbage. Yo, Ness, it's all love. Yoka gonna beat this fake boogeyman. Hrgovic is overhyped. Hrgovic is the same level as Kovnacki to me. Hype jobs. Wow, it's going to be interesting to see how much of the shit James says comes true, bro. He's been coming at a lot of people. He's been coming at a lot of people. And by people, I mean, obviously, certain fighters. He doesn't believe they're as good as they have us believe. But if you're watching this on YouTube, reminder, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Why? Because this is the 3rd episode today. 4 episodes yesterday. 3 episodes today. Don't you miss one. Hit the notification bell. Get notified every time we go live and help us reach our goal of 131,000. We're almost there. We're like, 3 people away from 130,700. And again, only you can help us get there. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We need about 305 more people to take us over the top to the next goal. And we're on to the next one. So, once again, Hrgovic finds an opponent, a decent opponent, a good fight. Hopefully it lands on DAZN, being as though Hrgovic kind of is with DAZN in some way or another. But he is co-promoted by Kale Sullivan. So, look for this fight to end up back in France. I'm telling you, this, Yoka somehow is a draw in France, and he's able to draw people there. But it looks like I've been joined by the King of Essex. I'm glad I didn't go too far. I only just got done with topic number 1. Clearly just announcing and not really getting into the fight, but Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano rematch is set for March 19th. Likely location, Los Angeles. Definitely not in Houston. I mean, your thoughts?
I love this fight. A lot of people, will take shots at Charlo for quote unquote going life or death with Castano, when the reality is Castano is a very venerable opponent. And look, a lot of Castano's opponents, the way I like to say it is, you could tell how good an opponent is or how good a fighter is by what their opponents go on to do. A lot of Castano's opponents been under the radar. One of them, can't remember the guy's name, but he's one of them rugged Brazilian cats. He was on the undercard of Bivol's last card. So again, this is for the hardcores that know. I say that to say some of the guys Castano's fought, those guys have only 1 losses, or they've only lost to Castano, right? So now Castano's in there with Charlo. They fought to a draw. Very good fight. I think, people thought that, Mel was supposed to get him out of there. I wasn't one of those people. I don't even know that I like the Charlos personally, but I enjoy watching them box because they seem to have that sort of aura where people don't like them or people detract from them and they end up winning. So, the Castano fight, exciting. I think it's going to be another exciting fight.
Did you expect it to actually happen, or did you think that these two would be pulled in different places? I thought mandatories would come into play. I remember when the fight first ended, they were talking about some Russian sort of name, IBF mandatory for Jermell, and I believe Tim Tszyu was mentioned as a mandatory for Castano. The fact that we're here and they didn't take any in-between fights, I guess we should be applauding boxing, or you think, I don't know, we're being too nice and we're just getting what we should get?
No, I think we definitely should give hats off to both of those guys because remember, Castano had a presence on PBC and he was fighting bar burners and he really made a nice little name for himself. Well, didn't really fight as frequently, but the 154 division has been like that on PBC. So my point is the fact that they're going back to back in this, no in between fights, no mandos. I think they need this. Both fighters need this, for Castano. To show that he's not a fluke and he's a tough fighter. Now, that's probably the worst part about it. If Castano loses decisively or if Charlo wins more, definitively, then people are going to say, oh, well, that's because Castano wasn't this and he wasn't that. But I think that narrative has to change. Castano was a game fighter at 154, not a very deep division, but he was he was at PBC putting in the most work at 54 than anybody, as far as I'm concerned. Somebody that was watching. So we need this fight, because then if there are any other takers on the table at 154 to Tim Tszyu, then that's what happens next. So, or if we get the upset, can we imagine Tim Tszyu and Castano, or do we throw that fight away because we're saying Castano was a bum and all these sorts of tropes that we abuse fighters with?
I'm absolutely ready to see Tim Tszyu in the mix. I know that, there was some rumors. We had him on the show, and he confirmed 10 million Australian, but not $10 million. But there was some $10 million rumors about him trying to lure some names over there. It's sad that none of the names panned out. No Danny's, no Castaños, and definitely no Harrisons. So it'll be interesting to see what Tim Tszyu does and when he actually gets in the mix. I'm happy this fight is happening. It's showing that boxing knows how to get it right when they want to. And it strengthens the first quarter without a doubt. February 5th, we got Keith One-Time Thurman. And then about a month and some change later, we'll have this undisputed match. And there were a lot of undisputeds in the last year. So, getting this one in the first quarter has got to be a treat. But tell me about Yoka and El Animal, Filip Hrgovic. I'm happy about that fight. I actually like Yoka. I like his resume. I think it's a better resume than Hrgovic, and I think he hasn't shown any vulnerabilities, unlike Hrgovic. I haven't seen him get hit with right hands from guys like Eric Molina.
Yeah, Tony Yoka. I've been high on Yoka. You said he has a presence in France. What is it? I don't want to mispronounce it, but Nantes, Nance, France. Because I've been covering a lot of his fights. It's been on the afternoon stateside. And Tony Yoka, I thought he was going to get in there with Fab Wardham, at some point. But I do like the Hrgovic fight.
You mean Fabio Wardley? Fabio Wardley.
I'm like,
yo, Fab Wardham. Who the fuck is this new guy?
Nah, you know what? I confuse him with an MMA guy. But yeah,
Francis Ngannou, you confused them with and shit.
Nah, some dude Wardham or Yeardham or some shit, man. But I thought, because I saw those two guys, Fab Wardley and and Tony Yoka, on the same level, kinda, as far as not really UK because it's France, but that European contender. But Hrgovic is a different animal, because not only did granddad duck him, I don't care what nobody say, I don't want to hear shit about his hand. Luis Ortiz ducked Hrgovic, and I like the way Hrgovic talk his shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Michael Hunter ducked him too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Luis did too?
And it was a hand injury, he's alleging, or saying, But yeah, man. So let's talk about Michael Hunter. I'll give granddad the excuse, but Michael Hunter definitely ducked Hrgovic. That disgusted me, and would have let me know, like in the heavyweight division, some fighters, they can be avoided. Now, that doesn't mean that he's, about to be a world beater, but he's just a tough, rugged dude. And if Yoka is to exceed in that next level, because truthfully, because he hasn't been in there with the Michael Hunter, I don't really know where Hrgovic is in that group, But we certainly would like to see these two guys get it on and let us know, because really, I think, what would we say? Especially stateside, what would we say? Dillian White is the or is it Derek Chisora? He the front door of the heavyweight division.
I'm not saying Derek is any door or gatekeeper for me. I mean, my man just keeps getting beat. We're going to be talking about him in the news and notes, because he said he's back and he's not done. And he mentioned 3 names, or rather his promoter mentioned 3 names. But I'll say Ken Stone Super Chat. This says, Philip is a poor man's Vladimir. Reminds me of Pulev. I mean, Pulev does do that, like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like leaves that lead left out there. Pulev, He be dangling
like he an
that
archer
shit.
and shit. Like he's got his arm out like this, like an archer, bow and arrow type shit.
And Hrgovic, but Hrgovic isn't Hrgovic a southpaw? I feel like when Molina hit him, he was in it. Let me double check. Wasn't he in a southpaw position? I feel like that lead right is out there first. Let me see. Filip Hrgovic, orthodox. Ow. Okay. What? Maybe he switched by mistake, and that's why he got clipped. I remember him getting clipped by fucking Molina. And I'm like, whoa. Danny the Great, salute to you, my friend. Shout out to everybody tuning in. If you are just tuning in, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, man. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. We need to put this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans. Let them know we are back. We're talking boxing 3 times today, 4 times yesterday. Hit that notification bell. Get notified that we are live and talking, man. So moving on to the only fight this weekend, bro. That sounds a little strange, right? Is there nothing on DAZN, and did it not make the schedule? Like, is it just Joe Smith this weekend?
Brother, I've been combing far and near. I've been looking, and it's absolutely not even a fight. DAZN hasn't even given us a fight in Italy.
Wow.
We got nothing. We got nothing on ESPN Plus from Kazakhstan. We got nothing, man.
Wow,
no fights from Russia. Povetkin is not fighting in Russia on Saturday. We got nothing, ladies and gentlemen, other than the Joe Smith fight.
And that's sad because that's a late minute replacement with a guy that I've never heard of. And you know, I think I'm becoming a broken record. I mean, almost 12 years in the business or more, and I don't know a person. It's bad. I've never heard of this guy that they found. He's pretty tall. I know height doesn't win fights, but every time I see a tall guy, I want to give him a shot, man, because it's just like, how do you reach somebody that tall? Not that he's like 6'9", but he's taller than Joe Smith in that face-off, man. And Smith's saying the right things, you know, talking about he's excited and he's not taking this guy lightly and all that good shit, man. But before you give me your take, I got Big Matthews on the super chat. He says, one of Yoka's wins over Hrgovic was a robbery. Sly emoji, 100, 100, 100. I don't know. I thought he won 2 out of 3.
Yeah, in the Emmys, right?
Yeah. And I mean, Yoka, I believe Yoka beat him 2 out of 3.
And look, just to go back to that right quick, maybe what you saw, it seemed like he was southpaw. Maybe it was just some bad footwork, and Molina capitalized on it. And what I know about Yoka is definitely, you know, the more technical fighter, and he's gonna work that jab, and he's gonna, you know, he's not gonna get his durability tested. He's gonna get his endurance tested. He's not gonna go in there and get roughed up. I don't think he allows Hrgovic to rough him up. But he will get tested on how well he can move against somebody that might be trying to wing shots and get him up out of there, knowing he don't stand a similar chance, you know, boxing wise.
Gonna be interesting to see how Yoka deals with it, because there's no doubt in my mind that Hrgovic is gonna try to be dirty. I mean, yeah. what I seen in that last fight on DAZN with on the Haney card, that he's a cheater. He's no different than any cheater. Like, if he could get some shit off while the ref is on the other side, if he could hit you in the fucking on the hip, he's doing it. He's taking full advantage of whatever you give him, or allow him to do. That forearm, he's worse than Floyd with that forearm. He's dangerous, bro. It's gonna be interesting, you know, to see how tough Yoka is, because you got to be mentally tough to deal with a dude that's doing all that. But Joe Smith Jr. versus Steve Geffrard? Oh, man. Have you ever heard of Steve? Is it Geffrard?
Nah. Geffrard, I think it's Geffrard.
Geffrard. Oh, man. Who is this guy? Yo, it was funny.
Here.
It was funny watching the face-off, because it's like, bro, you never see Joe DeGuardia ever. But, you know, like, whenever the one or two of his fighters that do exist fight, man, he finds the way to get a photo op. Like, he's in the middle of these guys, and it's not Bob. You know, it was strange to me. For those that don't know, Joe DeGuardia is the CEO, owner of Star Boxing, and he's got guys like Chris Algieri and Joe Smith Jr. Once upon a time, he had Demetrius Andrade on paper. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that was a long experience for Boo Boo. I tell you that much.
Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Geffrard or Steve is 18-0, 12 KOs, 2 losses come, and one of them are by knockout. But he's on a bit of a streak. He hasn't lost since his first 2 fights. So it was his first 2. He dusted himself off and tried again, and he kept winning since then.
And where's he from?
It says Miami, Florida. We'll go figure.
Huh?
Birthplace and residence. So he's 31, and he's getting a title shot, man. He last fought on Kevin Cunningham. Well, let me say that properly. He last fought on what looks like Erickson Lubin's fight card out in Delray Beach. I remember that card. He last fought there, so I guess he's known in the community.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm guessing that there are no other, top light heavyweights that would make sense on short notice.
I think that there were. I think that this is no coincidence. I think the Top Rank obviously is invested in Joe Smith, so they got to give him, a stay busy, because they can easily do a unification with Arthur Beterbiev, But if this guy loses an upset loss, I hope that's not the case.
They got to put some shine back on Joe Smith too, because remember, he lost that fight. And shout out to Israel Weber. He was at that fight. He saw, was it Glazov? My man Glazov, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, Glazov, he really deserved the decision. He was the busier boxer. He landed the better punches, and they straight gave it to Joe Smith. So maybe this is their way of putting a little bit more shine back on him. And I got nothing against him. I just think that, in that fight, he got outworked, he got outboxed. And that was the layup, So, yeah, maybe after that kind of fight, he should, go for the unification. But I thought he was coming off of, is he coming off of COVID, or was that somebody else? His last opponent was coming off of COVID.
You mean Joe Smith?
Yeah.
I don't think it's him that caught COVID. I thought it was the opponent. I could be wrong, man. I've never been a Joe Smith fanatic.
I thought in his fight with Glazov, either he had COVID or Glazov had COVID, and they still, they postponed the fight like a month or two, but then they carried it on. So, if his performance at all was related to COVID, I don't want to speak out of turn. I give him a pass, and then it was supposed to be, right? Was he supposed to fight?
Smith?
Yeah.
Shit. Who was he supposed to fight? It was like an Eastern European dude, wasn't it? Maxim Vasilov? Vasislav, something like that?
Yeah, so it was a similar fighter to Glad. And I know light heavyweights and, the cruiserweight division, there's a lot of Eastern European guys, but I guess they wasn't going to give him much of a dog opponent anyway. They're going to give him what they give him and treat him favorably. They want him in Atlantic City. They love him in Atlantic City or whatever they can put him. They had him in Miami, Oklahoma last time. So I don't know if we'll get anything out of this fight. Joe Smith wins this fight.
Smith. Joe Smith got hospitalized October 30th. Yeah. No, excuse me. Got hospitalized with COVID-19, and his October 30th light defense with Umar Samalov has been postponed.
So he was supposed to fight this guy, Umar Salimov. And I kind of think I heard of him, but I don't want to jump the fence, man. But I don't know, man. Joe Smith, I don't think we get anything. This win doesn't reveal anything. If he's going to fight another one of these Eastern European guys, that's got to happen. Definitely not Steve Geffrard, but shout out to him because that's probably his biggest payday.
It sure must be. I'll tell you that. James Benitez, who says, Chisora beats Wilder. I feel Chisora beats him now. They both coming off back-to-back losses. Have Wilder fight Chisora resume and see what happens. It's funny that he even says that because I know that Chisora came out and said he wants Wilder on his resume. And that was always a fight I told Wilder to take. You know, I remember fucking Eddie was offering that shit for like $5 million. I'm like, champ, go get that free money. Because it doesn't matter the pressure that Chisora puts. Eventually he'll get clipped. I don't know why James don't see that. Eventually he'll get clipped. But it would be interesting to see Chisora's balls to the wall pressure on Wilder, especially after these 3 fights. Like, is he mentally there? Can he take that? Can he take that pressure and that awkwardness of Chisora, that rough and tuggedness, you know, forearm shoves, all that great shit?
You know something though, when you James Benitez, man, I see his vision, man. I see his vision. You want to know why? Because who's drunk, man? Like you remember when you're young and everybody's out drinking, but somebody got the will. Somebody's just a little less drunk than everybody else, right? I think Derek Chisora, when it comes to like being down on your chips and being like totally out of it, being fucked up by your opponent, Derek Chisora comes back a little better than Wilder. And I'm saying that off of not much to go off of because the only time we've seen Wilder in that position was against Fury. But like when we see Wilder down and out, like he was out of it. And I
mean, let's be real. Chisora did better than Wilder versus Fury. Chisora got 2 fights and he got stopped, not knocked out. Like Wilder got slept.
Yeah. You know, so I think if these guys put each other down, it's not out of the realm of reality that Chisora could be the last one standing between these two. It's not improbable. Do I think Wilder has the more explosive power? Do I think he got the 4-4. He got the 4-4. Bang.
Wilder better be able to do a Bermain Stavern 2 on Chisora. If he go life and death with Chisora, that'd be crazy.
But you can't be surprised if he does, is what I'm saying. Like, because Chisora is Mr. Life and Death. You gotta kill him. He fight like the Japanese guys, like the little tiny guys that be fighting on fucking New Year's. Chisora, you got to put him down. And Wilder, let him tell it. And what we see, he needs to be put down, you know. But what we've also seen is it don't take as much as I guess we thought it did, right? To put him down. Where Chisora, you see it takes a lot, you know.
I don't know, man. Them shots look like they was wrecking Wilder. It looked like it takes some shit to get Wilder down, but I got a super chat.
It also looked like Fury took his foot off the gas a little bit in certain moments.
It was that right hand that rippled his body, took some gas out. That's what, Wilder hit him with some shit too to slow him down, even if it was just for 1 or 2.5 rounds. But I got a super chat from Big Matthew that says, Yoka won a robbery versus Joyce at the finals as well with 3 curse emojis, like don't curse emojis. So yeah, man. I mean, again, I love that fight. 6'9" versus 6'6" or 6'7" versus 6'6" rather. Those guys are evenly matched. Even 81 or 82% versus 85% knockout ratio. That sounds perfect. We got a super chat that's going to lead us into one of our news and notes. I guess we're going to drop down to just go ahead and give the facts. Count Drago says, is Carlos Adames versus Jaime Munguia possible? So I'll just take you to my news and notes here and give you what we got, right? Because what you probably didn't know is that Jaime Munguia is now Let me just give you the facts. Former world champion and undefeated Mexican middleweight star Jaime Munguia, who is 38-0 with 30 KOs of Tijuana, Mexico, and Temple Hills, MD, which is Maryland, Demetrius Big Meech Ballard, will host a fight, and that's who Jaime is fighting. So Jaime first went to the WBC convention and got the WBC to approve Jaime versus Derevyanchenko. Carlos Adames Derevyanchenko enter into negotiations, have a fight. Adames El Bronco beats Derevyanchenko, and Jaime decides not to go straight into the eliminator ordered by the WBC, which would give him a shot at Jermell Charlo, but instead to fight Big Meech Ballard. So Carlos Adames is saying, look, I did my part. You better do yours. Get your win and stick to the mandatory so that we could fight, the winner could fight Charlo. You know, Munguia reiterated his willingness to fight Adames last week when he told un round más, which is one more round in Spanish. It's the show of Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, who happens to be the trainer of Jaime Munguia. And on their 18th episode, he told them that Caballo Blanco, or rather Bronco, is on the hit list. So Jaime saying he's willing to fight him, but still taking this Big Meech Ballard fight in his hometown, because this will be in his hometown.
Yeah, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. That's what the shirt says, right? Nah, That's some bullshit, man. Because first of all, my man Eduardo Hearn already put it out there that Munguia duck the other Meech, Demetrius, the other real big Meech, Demetrius Boo Boo Andre. So, man, this is some certified grade A bullshit. And
yo,
you know,
but you know what? Doesn't it remind you of the Canelo story? Like, Canelo was like 30 and something, still like being in talks with Vanez Martirosyan, still fighting Matthew Hatton and Jose Cotto, and then all of a sudden he blew up. Like, is Jaime just being groomed like Canelo, and eventually they'll take the leash off him? When they did take the leash off Canelo, he went straight into the Trout fight. Right, and then he unified tried to unify. Well, he was unified after the Trout fight because he unified with Trout. Trout took the WBA from Cotto. He had the WBC, and then he went straight into the the Floyd fight after. So I don't know. I don't know. It sound like, obviously he got a lot of fights, because I know Canelo was like lower 30s. This dude about to have 40 fights right now. He had 38-0.
Take the training wheels off. Take the leash off. Let the cat out the bag. And he got to fight Charlo. That's the next fight. Or I'd say the winner of Charlo-Castano. Maybe if it's that sort of strategy. If
he won 60. This Jermell Charlo they going for.
No, I'm talking about man, really?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, no, that fight because Paul ain't got nobody to fight. So why him and Jaime ain't fighting in the first place? Nah,
because Jaime. That's what I'm saying. I think it's Jaime and his team getting him more experience. Like, instead of going straight into the Derevyanchenko fight, they let Derevyanchenko fight Adames. Instead of going into the Adames eliminator, they going into the Meech fight. I just think they looking for more time before they let the leash off.
So are we saying avoiding? Let's play a game of semantics. Are we saying avoiding or ducking? Because
avoiding because he already had an eliminator in the WBO that he passed up with Demetrius Andre.
Yeah. So listen, you know how they say 2 left turns and somebody following you, 2 more fucking avoids and then he's ducking.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I see it.
I got Big Matthew saying, waiting for Doomy's betrayal novel. To this day, crying emoji. LV Slugger says Chisora didn't fight Prime Fury. Wilder did. Hashtag facts. No, hashtag you're lying. Chisora was undefeated and Fury was undefeated. You don't even know your history, bro. How he ain't fight Prime Fury? He fought Fury with hair, my man. He didn't fight balding fat Fury. Get your ass out of here. Bro, stop with the Wilder fucking... Yo, he be straight capping for Wilder. Yo, only heavyweight to fight someone 50. Meanwhile, Ali was fucking 210. Only heavyweight to fight someone 50 plus pounds. Stop the bullshit, champ. You just be making shit up to try to make your favorite fighter look good. Just cut the shit out already. Chisora fought Fury 2 times before Wilder fought him. What the fuck? How the fuck could he say that Chisora didn't fight a Prime Fury? How could he say that? I mean, honestly, like, so a dude that's coming off a coke binge, 3-year sabbatical, balding, that's Prime. Not a tall Sir Lancelot like fucking soldier with a head full of hair. Yo, this shit is hilarious to me. LV Slugger needs to change his name to DW Slugger. For real.
Deontay Wilder.
Wildin', bro. James Benitez, let me ring the alarm for Big Matthew real quick. And James Benitez, both on the numero tres. Ness, you my dog. LV Slugger don't see it, and it's cool. Wilder fool for Chisora. The old Wilder ain't here no more and may not ever come back. Damn. I don't know if he's going to lose to Chisora, though. I just said it'll be interesting to see if Chisora just don't give a fuck, put that left forearm on Wilder's chest and chop, chop. You know, that'll be interesting. Bro, go back and watch that first Fury fight too, LV Slugger. You out here wilding. Go watch that Chisora Fury 1. Yo, they built that fight up too, man. I told y'all, that's when I first started watching Fury. Like, yo, who the fuck is this dude? Yo, he always talked like that too. Gypsy King and all that. I'm in a fighting mind. He was always talking that tough shit, bro. I'm telling you. It's hilarious, bro.
Yo, but I think people take it as hate. But like I said, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that Chisora could go in there. Because again, Chisora, he's going to get up off the mat. Or is he? Love it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if he getting off the mat off a Wilder shot. I'm just being real.
Ortiz did.
Bruh, drunk. He got up off the mat and he spit like, you seen that shit. He was like, damn. Even Bermain was like, whoa. He did a Curtis Stevens like, I don't know, man. Fury did a whoa. You know, everybody did a whoa. Like, and Chisora's old, man. He might get up, but it's the corner might be like, that's it. They don't want to see him hit with another missile.
That's what happened this last fight with Parker, man. It was, I mean, from the 6th round, everybody that was watching it like, yo, damn, Chisora looked bad. He looked faded. And then he come with that spark. Now, and here's what he did differently than what Wilder did. Like, again, I give Wilder all the credit in the world. This is not about a fan of the fight. This is what I saw. Wilder had that explosive comeback 2 times but Chisora, he had the potential for that. And you know, you might say, but he didn't even knock Parker down, but he was a threat throughout this fight, even though he looked drunk, even though he looked dazed, because he seemed to have his legs more. And I think that could be the difference. If both those guys is in a fight and it's life or death, which it will be, somebody got to die, right? I think Chisora's legs, despite his age, despite he's battle-worn, I think those legs, man, those legs help him out a little bit more unless Wilder does something
there's
or comes in his fight differently.
There's no way Chisora's fresher in boxing than Wilder. There's no way. I don't care if Jesus says, Nestor, you gotta say that Wilder got his ass kicked in all 3 fights. Those 3 beatings still ain't as bad as Chisora. Chisora been getting his ass kicked from the beginning of boxing, man. Everybody been fucking this man up. There's no way his legs are fresher. I'm sorry. There's no way. Like, even if he makes it rough for Wilder, I believe that Wilder will come back with a right hand, and Chisora's just gonna be like, that's it. You know, I'm done. I fought he gonna get hit with one right hand, and he gonna have a talk with his subconscious like, man, we fought everybody, champ. We did it all. We did it all, man. Don't get back up. Like, bro, he fought everybody, bro. Off cap. Vlad and Vitaly. David Haye. 2 times Dillian White. 2 times Tyson Fury. 2 times Joseph Parker. Bruh, do I gotta name more? Nah, he ain't fight AJ. He fought AJ? He ain't fight AJ. He ain't fight AJ. He ain't fight AJ. You wildin'. I don't think he fought AJ.
Chisora didn't fight AJ. I know he fought Usyk, obviously.
Hell yeah. Usyk, bruh, my man, he got every name on his resume. Helenius. Ooh, let me just pull it up. This motherfucker done fought the world, I tell you. Man, he fought a lot of jokers out here. Derek Chisora. Where are you? Damn, you don't even come up on me, man.
And 5 guys is killing it out there.
Derek Chisora. Bruh, yo, he's got to be like 40. What is he? 38. How is this man only 38? Joseph Parker twice, Alexander Usyk, David Price, Arthur Spielka, Dillian White, Carlos Takam, Ajit Kababel, Filipovich, who the fuck are you, dude? Dillian White again, Pulev, Jesus Christ, Tyson Fury, Kingpin Kevin Johnson, Malik Scott, David Haye, Vitaly Helenius, Tyson Fury, Sam Sexton, Danny fucking Williams that fought Mike Tyson. Bro, this dude fought everybody, bro. Everybody. He fought Sexton twice. This motherfucker's the king of rematches. He's a rematch king. He never fought Vlad? I thought he fought Vlad and Vitaly. So he spit in Vitaly's face and smacked Vlad without getting a fight? What the fuck? Because I know he smacked Vlad. He smacked the dog shit out of Vlad. That shit, he never got that fight? What the fuck? Where's that smack come from? That's crazy. He smacked the shit out of him and spit in the other one's face. He put water in his mouth, held it there, went through the whole face off, and then spit it in Vitaly's face. Bruh. No one, I wonder what he does to Wilder. Does he try to get up the Wilder skin like that? He threw a table at Dillian White. Listen, at the end of the day, he should be given like an all-time achievement award. Like, you know, like they should make like a tough man award. Like a tough man award, like there's still a tough man award, but it really stands for like a durable motherfucker, a dude that that's gonna check your prospect and your contenders. I mean, man, bruh, that's a lot of names, bruh. Damn, bro, that's a lot of names. 32 with 12 fights, what's that, 44 fights? That's a hell of a fucking, and he ain't get none of them wins. He beat Spielka and Price. Those might be his biggest wins. Who else he beat? He knocked out Takam. Go for yours, man. He knocked out Takam. He ain't get no win over Dillian. He lost to Pulev, lost to Haye, lost to Vitaly, lost to Fury. I mean, he still got decent wins, though. I mean, when you factor in the Malik Scott win, even though that was a robbery. They robbed Scott. That shit was crazy the way Scott got up at 8. They said he was out. But he got the Malik Scott win. He got the Kevin Johnson win. He got the Takam win. The Pulev, I mean the David Price and the Spielka wins. Shit.
Now, who else is he talking about fighting? I know he mentioned Wilder. He mentioned 3 names on that list.
Oh,
Who else
yeah,
did he
let me
say?
go to my notes. He mentioned Areola, Luis Ortiz, and Zilly Zhang Bang, but that's Eddie Hearn. And you know, it's funny. It's funny. Hearn didn't want to cash out Jaleel J, the Big Bang, to Hrgovic. They both on DAZN. Hrgovic allegedly a boogeyman. You got Jalal Julay and his trainer on Instagram like, yo, we want it. Call us. We ready. And they didn't get it. But that's Eddie showing favor if he really gives Chisora the Big Bang fight, because he talking about Areola and Luis Ortiz. Like when's the last time Eddie did a heavyweight fight with a PBC heavyweight? He only always talks about PBC heavyweight. He can't get none of them dudes in the ring. He been talking about Brazil and Dillian White for years. I like today I realized he's lying about any PBC heavyweight. PBC fighter, I don't know. PBC heavyweight, he's straight lying. He always offering
Well, remember,
Andy
you got
a
Brazil
fight.
for AJ.
Bro, how many years ago was that? That's what I'm telling you. How many years ago was that?
Yeah.
He ain't got a PBC heavyweight in years. He only talk about him. He only talk. He ain't got one in years.
You don't think Ortiz, he can get Ortiz?
I don't think he could get Ortiz at this point. I don't think he could get Ortiz. I think Ortiz looked vulnerable enough for Andy Ruiz and Eddie Reynoso to jump all over his ass. Arthur, what up, baby? Hawk in Maryland. Let's go. Yeah, I think Ortiz went down. He went down 2-3 times. How many times Charles Martin put him down? Was it 3 or 2? You don't know?
Twice.
Twice. That's enough. That's enough for Andy to be like, man, let's take that scalp.
Yeah, and I guess Andy and PBC side of things will get first crack, no matter how much money Eddie could offer. Lewis.
Exactly. I mean, look, they offered Andy $5 million to fight White, and he ended up fighting Chisora for like $1 million on pay-per-view that did 100,000. Like, bro, them dudes ain't crossing out, man. That shit is off the table. They never gonna cross out. And that's good. You know? Why all of a sudden change? You've been getting your life handed to you by one dude properly. You know, you gotta show that love, man. James Benitez with another one, he says, I'm gonna play this game. King Amin, name 5 fighters on Wilder's resume that can beat the 5 best on Chisora. Chisora been tested. Wilder's gifted. But that's what I'm saying. What does he mean, the 5 best wins on Chisora? 5 best wins? Because his best wins is Takam, we said. Then you got this other dude, Spielka. You got Kevin Kinping Johnson. You know. I don't know who else, bro. Like, it gets rough after that.
Did he beat Yildirim? Not Yildirim. What's the other guy? Kabayali?
I think he lost to Kababel. Kajabel. Yeah, I think he lost him. Let me double check. I'm pulling it up. Derek Chisora on BoxRec is, whoa, where are you, Derek? Oh, shit. Maybe I can't go to the top 10. All right, I'll just go to Carlos Takam, who's 23. And then I'll find Chisora on his resume, whose number is not ranked. Damn, Chisora, you got them 3 straight losses. They don't even want to rank you on BoxRec. Ouch. But his biggest wins, once again, is David Price, Arthur Spielka, Carlos Takam. He lost to Adja Kababel. Yeah, that's about it.
Kingpin, right?
And Kevin Kingpin and Malik Scott. That's 5 names. So out of those 5 names, he's saying, all right, what's that super chat? Let's try to make sense of this. He said, Name 5 fighters on Wilder's resume that can beat the 5 best on Chisora. So 5 people that could beat the same people Chisora beat. 5 people that could beat Spielka. All right, we got to do this one more time. Try and get this right this time. 5 people that can beat Malik Scott, Kevin Johnson, Arthur Spielka, David Price, and whatever the other one is. Carlos Takam.
Okay.
On Wilder's resume. 5 people. Damn, they wilding.
I got you.
You got to say Bermain Stavern. I don't know that he could beat everybody, though. Come on.
Well, Bermain,
who would he have trouble with, though? Would he have trouble with? Because David Price is the best one, but he got no chin.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I don't think he'd have a problem with David Price.
Maybe Carlos Takam will give him trouble. He's awkward.
That's the one that'll give him trouble. Other than that. But let's go down. And it's funny because they got common opponents in Spielka and Malik Scott, right? So but let's just say Luis Ortiz, Burn. But they got to be Wilder's wins, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominic's a good fighter.
Dominic Brazil. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I think Dominic should be able to beat. Like, who beats Dominic? I know he struggled with Amir Mansour, so maybe he'll struggle again with Carlos Takam. But I think Dominic beats Spielka. He beats David Price. He beats Kevin Johnson. Carlos Takam is the. Does he beat Malik Scott? I guess so, because Malik Scott is so defensive minded. He love blocking and shit. So maybe Dominic will win because he's just more of an aggressor. But I guess Dominic struggles with Malik Scott and he struggles with Carlos Takam. This is a good game.
Yeah, I think Takam is, Malik Scott because of his wizardry. You know what I'm saying? In quotes. But Takam is really the wild card. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so Brazil, Stavern.
Damn, they said Supermax could beat Wilder. Y'all fucking wilding right now.
They tripping. Shout out to Supermax. Yo,
damn, bro. Why y'all doing this to my mans?
Yeah, Ortiz, Stavern, Brazil, Scott.
Right, keep thinking, don't lose your train of thought. I got Hawk in Maryland that says Wilder will knock the old ass fuck out. I guess he meant talking about Chisora. And then he comes back with another one and he says, I got Wilder by murder. Doughboy going to sleep. So that's what I'm saying. That's why he don't need to retire. That retirement talk is crazy and silly, man. There's mad fights out there. You know, there's still mad generational wealth to scrape up.
Yeah, with that Wilder, I'm struggling finding a 5th one. And of course, he's got a lot of fights left on the table, man. And look, this is an interesting game. And I think what we're finding is between the common opponents, like I said, Malik Scott and Arthur Spielka, these guys' resumes ain't too far apart. What we're really talking about is which fighter you prefer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who you think got the more explosive punches. You know what I'm saying? And to me, listen.
What's Wilder's 5 biggest wins in your opinion?
I'm missing one. And I was getting ready to look on BoxRec, man.
Duopa, right? You got to do Duopa.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Nah, that ain't big enough?
Nah, for sure. Because it ain't Eric Molina.
Let me see what he looking like here, man.
I'll take Duopa over Molina.
Deontay Wilder, you got to give him. Luis Ortiz is the first one that jumps to mind. Then Dominic Brazil would be numbers 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Bermain Stavern. And, you got some names there. You definitely could throw in the the Washingtons and Areolas, Duapas, Molina, Spielkas. I mean, those are all the same level of the guys that Chisora beat.
You got to take Washington out, though. And I'm not even necessarily basing it on just what happened to him, but even what Brazil did to, he been on the skids. Washington been on the skids since Brazil knocked him out. So, and he's a good litmus test, but I wouldn't put him as one of Wilder's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't get that. Like I said, I'll take Duopa or even Areola.
I don't know.
Definitely a good pick.
But I don't know who beats Brazil. I mean, like, out of Chisora's best wins, the most dangerous guy has to be Takam because of the way he punches. He really he's like Chisora. He throws with all his might, but he really ain't knocking nobody out. And that would be like the biggest way to knock out, like, Gerald Washington. If you can't knock out Gerald Washington, you fucked. I mean, he do hold the win over Helenius, who knocked out Adam Kovnacki. And I think he knocked out Helenius, or did he outbox him? Let me double check. Helenius.
No, he knocked him out.
He knocked him out in 8 in a 10-round fight. So that's what I'm saying. If you ain't punching him, he gonna punch you. He gonna punch you. And I remember his fight where he also fought Amir Mansour. I want to say he did better than Brazil did. It was that Jarrell Miller, and now you got to factor in Miller was on some shit. He was on some real. He was on some real live shit, throwing 60 punches around at that weight, man. I don't know. Takam Price would do the same as if Wilder. I don't know, man. But that's a little good debate. We're gonna move on. We got Big Matthew who says Wilder KO Chisora too static. Crying emoji. No head movement. Thumbs up. Start up. And then we got LV Slugger. Ness, you stay capping. They was both contenders. How was that Fury prime? You can lie to the sheep in the chat. I think for myself. Hashtag capping Nesta. Hashtag narrative Nesta. So now because they was both contenders, that's not his prime, but somehow balding fat Fury is in his prime. Yo, whatever you got to say to go to sleep at night, brother. But you know the truth, man. You out here just like me, wishing that Wilder take another fight to strengthen his resume, man. You know it. You know it. I mean, right now, like, we talking about him versus Chisora, man, how the mighty have fallen, bro. Let's go. We got my Gene that says, Jesse Bam Rodriguez stopped Sonny Edwards. Shout out to Rigo. I mean, de lo mío. No, dímelo. Wow, I just read what I wanted.
Shout out to Naeem Bey.
Speaking of Rodriguez, that brings us to topic number 4. Ryan Garcia is now in negotiations and reportedly in talks with Mercito Gesta and Saul Neno Rodriguez. I'm not sure if Neno is back with Garcia, but the last I checked, he was. So if he's back with Garcia, I don't mind the Rodriguez fight. But I remember when he got away from from Garcia, he got slept in a fight that he took off Top Rank or something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember that fight as well. And, what is this? So this would be Ryan's first fight back, right?
First fight back, and you know what? Mercito Gesta, I don't think he's ever been stopped, right? Like, I seen, Linares hit him with all type of shit and didn't get him out of there, right? I'm going to double check, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hate on Ryan. I'm going to let him live. I'm going to let him live. But the fight has to happen.
I mean, this is Dan Rayfield reporting that this is the two opponents that Ryan is in negotiations with. Gesta has 3 losses, 1 coming by KO. He last had a draw to Carlos Morales and a loss to Juan Antonio Rodriguez. And then he got a win over Maranzana. In that UD loss I did talk about to Linares. So again, he went 12 with Linares, you know what I'm saying? And we seen what Linares did to Haney. And Haney's more skilled 1,000 times over Mercito Gesta. And Gesta, I don't remember him getting, as hurt.
I think Ryan, if he fights Gesta, it's a good test for him. I just, I want to see him come back and fight somebody before I even say a thing, because I forget what it is that he does well besides pull out of fights and avoid them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I
That's
forgot
so
he
bad.
got a little hook. He got a little hook, you know what I'm saying? And everybody want to say he's power. But honestly, he's fallen into that realm of like, you know what I'm saying? What have you done for me lately? And his presence has to be felt. That division is moving fast without him. So I don't know, man. Now listen, if he's just coming back and he's just being built back to where he can get that big fight, cool. But the problem is he's being inserted, into all these, with these big names. So I guess that's why it may feel like I'm dumping on him, beating the kid up. But he's got to take his time. Fucking Golden Boy sure is taking their time with him. You know what I mean? So if they're still walking you along, please shut the fuck up about all these big fights. Fight the Mercito Gestas, man. Shut the fuck up and get walked along, my man. And then I won't say nothing. But once you start talking about Tank and you popping up when you see what Loma do, you got a whole bunch of shit to say. Then I have the right to respond.
He always got something to say when one of the bigger names are fighting and how he would have done better. And then, no disrespect to Saul Rodriguez or Mercito Gesta, because he got no mercy. But, they ain't on that level, man. They ain't on that level. But Gesta's durable. He loses, but he doesn't really know how to be stopped. Now, Rodriguez did stop him. But it was a standing knockout. The ref jumped in and he caught Gesta on his feet. So is Gesta no longer as durable as he once was? Because he does have 38 fights. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting and he's inactive. He hasn't fought since 2019. 2019. And man. We're just going to go ahead and move along here. I think we got LV Slugger, who believes that actually we got Majimbe back with another one and says, and Boo Boo is ducking Jambek. Actually, I didn't put it on the news and notes. He put 3 duck emojis. I didn't put it on the news and notes, but Boo Boo is, they asked for an extension of 1 week to get the negotiations going rather than go to purse bid. So I'm assuming they're going to make Jambek an offer because you wouldn't really extend it. If you wanted to go to purse bid, you just go to purse bid. And there's no way DAZN is going to let him lose that belt. So he'll be fighting Jambek. You can wait on it. And I don't think Jambek is going to beat him. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be surprised because the Luke Keeler fights and the Liam Williams fights, he didn't really separate himself. And those dudes, if Jambek is slightly better than those dudes, he could possibly beat Andre, which is going to hurt a lot of these hardcore fans that believe he's the guy. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on Jambek and Andre if it happens?
Yo, it's a good fight because what it does is it forces, Boo Boo to either have to put this guy away, he's going to have to look impressive. Jason Quigley was not a test to see, but he did what he's supposed to do. What Boo Boo said after the fight was more impressive, and so he's in there. Jambek, I think, could beat him on the scorecards if he jumps out to an advantage. If he roughs Boo Boo up and he catches Boo Boo with some tough shots and get him off balance a little bit, and Boo Boo got to kind of fight from behind, and then he starts winging shots because Now he feel like but it could go terrible. I don't know if they're gonna, have to fight in stateside or somewhere else, but yeah, Boo Boo could have a rough night because going back to that Liam Williams I get all them Liams confused. Liam Williams, right? Liam Williams rough Boo Boo up.
Yeah.
Good. Roughed him up good.
Yeah, he did. If you're on Block Talk and you want us to go to you, don't forget to press 1. I see Jerron in Louisiana. I see Hawk in Maryland. And I see you, Maldonado. We got James Benitez in Alabama that says, this just reaffirms you can't name 5 confidently. You should be asking LV Slugger to do that. And he's the Wilder lover. Back with another one who says, Wilder is a Hall of Famer. Don't have to do shit emoji else. That's a lie. Is he a Hall of Famer? Possibly because of the 10 title defenses, but I don't know if he's going to be first ballot. I don't know that he's first ballot, just being a one-time champion, never have unified, biggest name Luis Ortiz.
A lot of people don't like to hear that, man, but unfortunately, first ballot. An exciting fighter. One of the most exciting fighters in history.
Andy Ruiz unified in his first. It's a bigger upset. He's the first Mexican heavyweight. He'll be first ballot before Wilder. Technically, on paper, I think it's safer to say that, right?
Because clearly there's more heavyweight fighters that have done 10 defenses and they've unified. There's been unified, champions that have fought, when the belts was all together. So, it's a lot more precedence than having defended the WBC 10 times, because then if you look back and take a step back, if you was trying to be subjective and you'd look at, what was his biggest fights? The trilogy with Fury. Well, how'd he do? And, that might give you, an opinion, that doesn't really, make it to the first ballot like that. Maybe second ballot, because definitely honorable how he, defended that green belt. We all love the green belt. But sometimes you need a little bit more. I mean, and the same thing could be said about somebody like Triple G. I don't know who would think Triple G is a Hall of Famer, but he's a very good fighter. But a Hall of Famer, I don't think so, man. But somebody's going to say, oh, nah, Triple G is not a Hall of Famer. Not at all.
Let me ring the alarm for. I beg to differ on that. Triple G got 20 title defenses, multiple time unified the division. Before he unified the division, before he fought Canelo, lost to Canelo and reunified the division, and now he's about to unify the division again. Yeah, I beg to differ. You out here tripping, but this goes out to LV. Third super chat of the day, and he says, the juice made Fury go bald. Only son with no hair. Meanwhile, the father's bald, which is John Fury. LV, stop being a hater. You sound like a sore loser. And because your man lost, now you saying that the man that beat him was on juice. Juice meaning steroids. How far we have come. Damn, now my man is on juice. Man, it was the gloves. I thought they stopped making excuses after that third fight, bro. Because he made a meme out of Wilder that third fight. They put him next to Pacquiao and Nate. What was my man named? Nate Robinson. They all was in the same. They had him in a trunk in a triple trunk. How you say the 3 ones? It's a bunk bed. Yo, he had a triple bunk bed with all 3 of them, bro. They had Wilder hugging a little teddy bear and that shit. I'm like, yo, the internet is undefeated, brother. You can't beat the internet.
Yeah, I think, don't give Wilder too much of a hard time, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to take it that way. It's just, when you look at resumes, you gotta look at it from a boxing perspective, man.
For real, man. Unless like my man said in the chat, he must have meant orange juice. Big Matthew, all the AJ fans, UK emoji flag, still in hiding, laughing out loud. Since that middleweight beat down Tyson, gonna be the man to get the belts back from Ukraine emoji again. # shook ones. Yo, did you see Tyson Fury on his little Instagram or social media coming at He called what he call Usyk? He said Usyk's on steroids. And something about AJ. I didn't even make it that far. What happened? What did he say about AJ exactly?
He said AJ let Usyk. He said you let a middleweight beat you up. You're big for nothing, Dosser. His usual shit.
Which is funny because Tyson is in the amateurs. You know that. So he must have known Usyk from the amateurs. We all know that motherfucking Sean Porter beat Usyk at middleweight in the amateurs, man. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Tyson, if he ends up being the last man standing, bro, he is a man of his word. You know, he talks the most shit and backs it the fuck up, bro. That's the crazy. I still remember like yesterday when he said he was gonna knock out Wilder, and I swore to God he was lying. Swore to God he was lying. I thought he was just faking it, like, I'm going to do this, and then get in there and outbox the shit out of Wilder, bro. Never did I think he was going to try and actually succeed. Motherfuckers, that was insane. Then he did it 2 times. Knocked him out again.
Yeah.
And dude's talking about,
called it.
Yo, dude's out here still making excuse. He did it again, back to back. Shit, bro. And they tried to check the gloves, everything. Like, no, you're good. Man, give me any glove. Bro, boxing is the truth teller of all truth tellers, man. James Benitez back with another one. He says, spiked water, glove gate, Breland, bodysuit, now Fury juicing. Sheesh. Your boy resume soft. Very suspect. Phrase of the day, hyped up. LV, man, leave him alone. Leave Benitez alone. He gonna make it hard for you to sleep. LV Slugger right back with another. He says, why Fury didn't fight Vlad in a contracted rematch? Look at him. Look at him. Yo, you talking about old spades, man. Get out of here. You can't come to the barbecue talking about last fucking barbecue spade game, bruh. Get out of here. He's still talking about old bullshit. Yo, that's like getting your big brother. Vlad ain't got nothing to do with Wilder and Fury. What? This is bad. Yo, he said, why he ain't fight Vlad? Yo, hilarious. Y'all better stop, man. Damn, there's only one Tyson Fury. That's crazy how shit shook out, man. All them years are going hard, bro. I went so hard thinking that I wanted Wilder and AJ so bad. I wanted that so bad, bro. That shit never happened. Never happened. That's crazy, man. All right, let me get back to these news and notes. I think we got everything. We talked about Ryan. We talked about Joe Smith, Yoka. We going out to these callers. You already know the number to call, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the People hotline. Let's go.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Listen, Vegas don't know nothing. The world don't know nothing. Only I know everything.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
Oh, what a big shot by Lopez! I told everybody.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
What he done to the boxing world to be number 1 in a junior weight division?
SDS Promotions.
David Maldonado, New York City. What's up?
I told everybody, bro. Yo, Ness. I was thinking about Charlo, right? Jermell Charlo, the one that's gonna fight the junior middleweight. Jermell Charlo has a chance to be this era's Terry Norris. Terry Norris was the most dominant junior middleweight in the early to mid 90s. He could have went to 160 to fight guys like James Toney and Julian Jackson and Roy Jones, but he chose to stay his entire career dominating 154, and he waited for all the big-name welterweights to challenge him. He retired Ray Leonard. He retired Donald Curry. He beat Meldrick Taylor. He beat Simon Brown. Charlo should just stay at 154 and wait for the Danny Garcias and the Terrence Crawfords to move up and challenge him. You don't have to conquer many divisions to be a legend. Let's not forget Marvin Hagler stood at 160 his entire career. I think Charlo's paving out a very great career for himself as long as he keeps winning. If he beats Castano, which I think he will, he could probably get a fight with Danny. And I'm a root for Danny, but I think he's gonna beat Danny. But if he fights Crawford, Crawford got him. You ever heard of Cherry Norris? Akeem, I know you did, right? You a hardcore.
I mean, went to social. I've heard of him, of course. But give me your thoughts on these topics, man. You still got a minute and 40 seconds. Obviously, the Castano Charlo rematch. Who you think is winning? It's happening March 19th.
Well, I'm rooting for Castanos, but my money's on Charlo. I think Charlo's gonna stop him this time around. I think Charlo's gonna get the job done, just like he did with Tony Harrison.
And Hrgovic and Yoka have entered into an agreement for a heavyweight fight. What do you think of that matchup?
Yo, you're gonna laugh at me right now, Ness. I never watched Hrgovic. I never watched Yoka. I'm not really a heavyweight guy. You a hardcore with them. I don't know who those two guys are. What's the other topic?
We got Joe Smith Jr. fighting this weekend versus Steve Geffrard.
I got Joe Smith Jr. He's knocking guys out the ring, man. He's taking that shit. He's doing that on the regular. He knocked Bernard Hopkins out the ring. He knocked the other dude out the ring.
They're talking about Ryan comeback fight is either going to be Mercito No Mercy Gesta or Saul Neno Rodriguez.
So he's not going to fight the Pitbull, Isaac Cruz?
No.
Nope.
Not according to Dan Rayfield.
Boxing is crazy, man. He only had a 1-year layoff, man. They keep matching him softly, man. I got Ryan Garcia stopping both of those guys on the same night. I think the fight with the Pitbull would have been a good test for him because Styles make fights. I think Ryan Garcia would actually do better against Isaac Cruz than Javante did. Not that I think he should beat Javante. Styles make fights.
All right. David Maldonado, thank you for calling in. We got AMG, Oklahoma. What is up?
You guys hear me okay?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to touch base on a couple of those stories that you guys were touching on. For Ryan Garcia, I feel like, I wanted the Pitbull fight, but I do think I don't really put it on him, just the promoter's not really working out. Like we saw what Gibson said about the fight and shit, right? So they're never going to agree on it because they're on whatever, two sides of the street. I just don't want him to keep talking shit and not fighting anybody. That's my main complaint. That's why I give Munguia a little bit of a pass because at least he doesn't constantly talk shit. He knows he still needs to develop, and he just keeps his mouth shut and just keeps, taking out easier challenges. The other thing, I really want Wilder and Ruiz to fight, but I do like that Chisora fight. And I think Wilder would get good credit for stopping Chisora. I would favor him on that end. And then lastly, for Boo Boo Andrade, that's kind of a pick'em fight for me with Janibek. I'll probably, assuming that Andrade is favorite, I'll probably put a little bit of money on Janibek to see if I can, come out with a little bit of cash there. Oh, same thing for Charlo and Castano. Whoever is the favorite, I'm going to put money on the underdog because I also think it's a 50-50 fight. I don't think Charlo can outwork Castano. He's going to have to clip him and put him down at least a couple times to win that fight. But that's my call.
So what about Hrgovic and Yoka?
Hrgovic, I got him.
And did you give me Castano and Jermell?
Yeah, I just 50-50 for me. I think, like I said, I don't think Charlo can outwork Castano, so he's gonna have to clip him and put him down at least once or twice. If Castano doesn't go down at all, I think Castano wins that fight.
And
but we'll see.
What about Adames Munguia?
Damn, I'd actually like that fight. I'd favor Munguia by a little bit. I actually like Adames. I picked him. I got a little bit of money off of him by beating who was his last fight against? Fondora, right?
For Adames?
For Adames,
no,
yeah.
Derevyanchenko.
My bad. Derevyanchenko. Yeah, I got a little bit of money for that one. I put money on him.
Okay. Well, all right. That's everybody. You said you don't mind the Ryan opponents, right? Out of the two, who would you prefer?
I guess Gesta.
Really?
I just like I said, my main issue.
I guess he has been in with the bigger names, more names. I just think that people have forgotten that Nano has power. He got knocked out. He was like this red hot prospect, knocking everybody out, and he just got too big for himself. He left Robert Garcia. Robert was his manager trainer. He left Garcia, and then it went downhill. He left Garcia and signed with TMT, got shelved, and got knocked out. So, I don't know. I think he's a sleeper, man. He's a little bit of a dog. Until he got knocked out, he was this little fucking pit bull. But I just turned it to 126 likes. If you're watching this in the future, present, past, it really doesn't matter. If it's today, tomorrow, next week, hit the thumbs up. It continues to help with the visibility of the show. We're going out to Maryland. Hawk, what's going on?
Yo, what up, Ness?
What up, my friend?
Ain't too much. And what's up to the king in there? Tell him what's up. Even though he's kind of talking
good,
crazy,
brother.
I think ain't too much, but the Doughboy, man, Wilder would knock his head off, man. Wilder too fast for that dude. Fury is a whole different party. Fury's like 6'9". Wilder was punching up. This boy's he'll be lined right up. He'll be lined right up for that right hand. I got Wilder. And what if Wilder, if Joshua wins against Usyk, what if he gives Wilder a shot at that thing? I got Wilder beating Joshua too. Then he would be considered first ballot if he come back and get one of those belts, or all three of them, or four of them. But enough of the Wilder talk. I like Wilder, that's all. But I got Charlo. I got Charlo by late round stoppage.
Okay. For the Castano fight.
Yeah, I got Charlo by. Yeah, for the Castano fight. And the Hrgovic, I'm gonna go with Hrgovic. Yoka is pretty good. He just fights. He has a European style of fight, but he's pretty good. I'm just gonna go with the Hrgovic because he's just like one of those real hardcore boxers. But I like Yoka. Yoka's a real good boxer. As far as Garcia goes, and they was talking about Garcia. Is he fighting somebody or he's still just talking?
Well, he's in negotiations with two peoples, according to Dan Rayfield. It's Mercito Gesta and Saul Rodriguez.
Okay. Well, Garcia is actually a good fighter when he fights. But right now he just talks too much. But he always bragging about what he can do to somebody, but he never gets to fight. I think he's a good fighter, though. I think he would beat a lot of guys if he actually got in there and fought. But, shoot, is that the card? That's all the cards this weekend?
Yeah, just the Joe Smith card.
Oh, Joe Smith. Oh, all right. Yeah, I like to see that. What's that going to be on the Top Rank?
ESPN.
ESPN. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with Joe on that. Yeah. Until he step in there with, what's the boy name? Can't think of his name. Ain't nobody beating that boy. Not the Russian, but the other light heavyweight champ.
Archer Better.
I can't think of his name.
Bivol?
No, not him. Bivol. That's the best one out there. He ain't losing. Bivol gonna knock them all out. Everybody fight him gonna lose, or they're gonna go the distance and lose.
Well, Hawk, man, thank you. That is your time. I want to remind everybody that if you are gonna bet, you know that my bookie even does football. I know there's some playoffs and all that weird stuff happening with football. They got some 6-game, 3-day unlimited betting options. Check out my bookie. Don't forget to use the code BETTBV. It costs you nothing, and you're sending your little favorite podcast a little kickback so that I can stay here doing this shit every single day, multiple times a day. Remember, today is our 3rd episode, so in 2 days we did 7 episodes. January 15th from Verona, New York, the Turnstone Casino, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Joe Smith takes on Steve Geffrard for the WBO light heavyweight title. On the undercard, we got my Dominican brethren and half Puerto Rican, like my son, Abraham Supernova versus William Encarnacion, right? Encarnacion in the 10-round featherweight division. And he compared himself to Ryan Garcia. ESPN picked that up and posted it on their social media. Now it's time to live up to those words. He called himself the real Flash. I don't know anyone else on these undercard except for Troy Isley, who's in a, developmental fight, and Ja Tucker is also back. But I don't know who Omar Rosario is or this guy, Lumbar Peak. Oh my God, Peakchuk? What in the fudge? Who is this guy? Let me see what country he's from. Oh, it's a heavyweight too. Okay, you got my attention, big fella. He's from the Ukraine. He's only 6'3", and he's not heavy. His last fight he weighed in 217. I'll check you out though. His manager, I never heard of him, Michael McScorley Jr. Oh wow, this dude already lost to Stephen Big Shot Shaw. He's already got 2 losses in a draw, actually. He also lost to Kennedy. Contending? Who in the fudge? All right, so my man ain't even he's just a TV filler here. Oh my God, look who I gotta show y'all. Look who they put him in the ring with. This is Top Rank. Look at this guy's face, man. You need 15 seconds, if you're watching it on YouTube. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you need to come to YouTube right now. If you're listening on the podcast right now, you probably want to find this timestamp on the live video just so you can see Jose Mario Flores. Look, his name had to be Mario in there somewhere to have a face like that. That's hilarious, man. But look at the guy. This is the guy, the B-side, and he looks like he's, Jesus. He hasn't fought since 2019. The ESPN is coming in dirt cheap for this one. And this guy, this is who he's fighting. Oh my Lord. Well, there you have it, man. There you have it. We got more callers. We going right back out to the phone lines. It is time to get to Steve in Chicago.
Yeah, we ain't dick riding in this house.
What up, Steve?
Yo, I sent you that.
Did you?
I sent you that.
Via email?
Yeah, I sent it to you on
Skype?
On Discord. On Discord.
Oh, man.
Oh, the Discord.
Let me try and find that. But go ahead, take your call, champ. Clock's moving.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, on the topics, I got Charlo. I think he's going to knock him out. I think it's going to be, like one of the other calls said, he's going to get his get back like he did with Harrison. It's going to be a good fight, though. That first fight was really good. But as far as this Yoka and Hrgovic, I want to see who gets the fight, because Yoka they were putting all his fights on ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see where this fight lands before I pick a winner. I don't really see what Hrgovic, why people are so big on him. I really don't see what he's done. Like I can't even name you a guy he's fought. I've never, I don't even.
He fought Molina.
I don't know. Okay. All right. But hey, I wanted to tell you, I don't know if you saw in the chat, this Geffrard, I was listening to something today, this Geffrard guy.
Is trained by Cunningham? Isn't he trained by Steve Cunningham?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, what do you think about that?
Is it Steve or Kevin?
Kevin. I put Steve. Yeah, it's Kevin. I don't know why. Yeah. Kevin.
Because I seen someone say Steve, and then in my betting chat they said Kevin. I don't know. I might have to text Kevin and shit.
No, it's Kevin. No, I heard it on a podcast today. Someone interviewed that guy, this Geffrard.
Oh, okay.
But you don't really know what to make of him because, I've never seen the guy fight. And I don't even know if there's much tape of him out there. But being that he's got a good trainer, I don't know, we might be in. I'm thinking of sprinkling a little money there, just in case, because this is where you see the upsets, is when these last minute replacements come in. And I know Smith's the heavy favorite. I'm thinking of putting a little on this Geffrard when I heard that he was getting trained by Cunningham. What do you think?
I just text Kevin, man. Stick around. If he answers before we get off, I'll let you know what he says. I don't want to give any betting advice without hearing anything from him, at least. But that is your time. Thank you for calling in. I'm going to take a stab in the dark and believe that this is Brandon.
Let's start with this. I'm a creative genius.
SDS.
And now, the most dangerous producer on YouTube, Brandon in Houston.
SDS Promotions.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear his intro. Big Fish Davidian, you in the building? Nah, that wasn't Brandon. Big Fish Davidian, you in the building?
I'm healthy, strong, and about to knock Earl Spence out in Jesus' name. I'm bringing the whole church.
SDS Promotions.
You win some, you lose some. But you live light another day.
I got the whole Christian congregation behind me.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
And we all know God only made one thing perfect. And that's my boxing ring.
Woo! Bruh, that's a nomination, bruh. That's a nomination for intro of the year. Now, honestly, they be
Brandon killed that.
They be trying to talk about Brandon from Cincinnati shit, but they not listening to the lyrics on this shit right here, bruh. And that beat, what is he even saying? It's so church, it's a yo, you feel like you in the congregation, baby. We gotta say stuck to that vine, I'm telling you. Damn, I like that one, man. What's going on, Davidian? How are you? How the hell
I'm good. I'm good. Listening to the Boxing Voice. So we got some fights lined up. Hrgovic versus who? Tony Yoka. That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I like that. That's a good test for both of them. I'm not sure who's going to win now. I might go with Tony, though. I'm going to go with Tony. But, what else? So, Ryan's coming back. Who he fighting?
Mercito Gesta or Saul Rodriguez?
Sadly to say, I don't know either one of them brothers, but I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. That's all I can say.
I mean, they both long-time Golden Boy fighters. I guess that's why I know them.
Okay. I mean, are they decent at least?
Gesta has been on the world level, never succeeded on it, but, he went 12 with Linares. Linares just went 12 with Devin Haney, and he didn't get, he ain't get chin check like that. That's just the truth.
Yeah.
He took punishment, though. He took punishment.
I like Ryan. I'm glad he's going to come back. Hopefully he can make some noise, though. But, he's got the skill, but if he just he work hard enough, he should be able to come back and do something. I don't know. But I do like Ryan. And who else? Who else we talking about?
Brandon said that your sample is Is your heart right with God? Yo, is your heart right with God? Is the sample, but they doing it on some opera shit, so it's just long, like, yo, that was fire. Jeez, you are talented, my friend. Shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
That was fire.
He put it together, and once I heard it, I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Amazing is right. That hit hard. That one hit hard. I got these studio beats. I was like, whoa.
But who else is Demetrius? What Demetrius?
Big Meech. Demetrius Big Meech Ballard. He's taking on Jaime Munguia.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That should be interesting. That should be good. He
gonna stop poor Big Meech. Meech ain't never been on this level, man.
Yeah.
He probably gonna come to the ring with my man though. What's his name? Barry Hunter. Watch Barry be in the corner for Big Meech.
But I'm looking.
Yo, he undefeated? No fucking way. No way. They must have overturned his loss, man. He got a draw and a no contest. How is this man undefeated? They stunting out here in these streets.
But, great show as always, and God bless you and the Boxing Voice family.
Amen, champ. Yo, he got a fucking draw with Yamaguchi Falco. Isn't that the Brazilian? Or is that? Yup. Bro, what's going on here, bro? What's going on here? Uh-oh. Kevin said that's his guy. Kevin Cunningham said that is his guy, Steve. We going out to Joel in Brooklyn. Where Brooklyn at? I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 shit never ends. Yo, what up? Joel, what up?
That's a better intro than Brandon. Yo. That's a better intro than Brandon. I'm feeling that. Yo, I called in because I'm a fellow Dominican, man. Did you get to see the Dominican call with the 3 Dominicans? I know 2 of them lost, but the main event, man, I really liked what I saw from Luis Nunez. What do you think about that?
Oh, man, I did not see that. Remember, I just got out the slammer.
Yeah. My bad. But, yo, all right, so let's get back to Carlos Adames. Did you see the fight against Deverenchenko?
I was live at that fight, at the Tank fight, yes.
Yo, is it me, or did he look big? He looked big. Like, he originally, I think he pro debut at welterweight. He looked bigger than Deverenchenko. You were there live.
You're right. Yeah. He did debut at welterweight because he was a welterweight. He sparred Crawford and Gleason's. You right. You know how it is with Dominicans, man. Look at Joan Guzman. These dudes, it's hard for them to stay in shape. Even Jason Rosario. Look, they said he was weight drained. That's how he got dropped by a jab. Like you just and it's hard. You go back over there, everybody asking you for money. You running out of money. You eating greasy foods. I don't know, man. He ate himself out of division. I didn't think he looked too great in the division. He took a lot of shots. My man take a lot of shots, man. He take a lot of shots. He looked better than normal, but he still took shots in that fight. They was banging in that fight.
No, I felt like at times, like in the earlier rounds, I felt like he was slick, and once he slowed down a little bit, meaning because throughout the fight you're gonna slow down. I feel like that's when he started getting touched up because his stamina went down a little bit. But yeah, they did start banging after he slowed down because that's what he had to do. But he's now working with the Cuban coach. What's his name? Salas?
Yeah. That's who he's with now.
Whatever. Yeah, so he's working. Yeah, so, he's, working that Cuban style a little bit. I liked what I saw. I like what I saw. I just think he needs to get his conditioning up because, he could get away with that with Server and Deverenchenko, but when Munguia coming at your ass 100 punches per round, it's a different ball game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know that he could beat Munguia, man. I mean, Munguia got a very unique style. I thought, Rosado was gonna do a little bit better than what he did, and I don't know, Munguia. He starting to develop.
Munguia lacks power. Munguia lacks power, and he's there to be hit.
I think he lacks commitment. I think he lacks commitment. Like, he was a little bit scared or tentative to mix it up with Rosado till he finally did. They might be trying to slow him down because early on he was taking a lot of shots himself.
That's a good point. My last question. What do you think of Elvis Rodriguez? I know he took an L to Kenneth Sins, but he came back, knocked out an undefeated fighter. Do you think he's a potential world champion for our country?
I would love him to be, but they got to slow him down. These Dominicans, you know how it is, bro. We got nothing, so
tenemos hambre.
Nah, we don't know how to stay hungry though. We got nothing. My man get a Civic, he go back home. You getting a bunch of pussy because he got a brand new Civic. Like, that shit it's not good for the. It's not good. It's not good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gotta stay disciplined. I follow him, bro. He get like 7, 8, 9, 10,000 likes. That shit gets to your head, bro. It gets to your head. Everybody trying to fuck you. You got a new pair of Jordans. Everybody think you the shit. You traveling back and forth to America, and you get off the path. His manager. I ain't even gonna front. I know his manager gonna hate me and shit. But his manager also had him believe in his own hype. Like, my man, they was calling out everybody. Everybody. They thought they could beat everybody.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to develop, man. Slow down.
Yeah. I do like the fact that he's training in Cali and not New York. Because if he was training in New York, damn well he's going to be in the fucking hookah spots. He'll be done. He'll be done. So I'm glad he's out in Cali. Yo, bro, I appreciate you taking my call, my brother. Also, to your pick, I'll pick Charlo by KO, Yoka. Hrgovic ain't shit. I never believed in Hrgovic. I got Yoka. And Ryan Garcia knocks both those guys out in the same night. Ryan Garcia need to step up, man. He need a top 10 fighter. He can't keep calling these motherfuckers out after every fight and then come back and fight the Mercito Gesta, who hasn't fought in 3 years. That's some fucking bullshit. But, yo, Nesta, I appreciate you taking my call. And I know you're a hothead. Stay out the jail, man. Done. We love you out here, man.
I'm done. Believe me, it's over, man.
Yeah, good. We fucking love you out here, man. Keep up the good content, my brother.
Appreciate you. Nah, man, what's my man name, from, what is that, Rocky IV with Tommy Morrison? The real Tommy Morrison?
Yeah, Tommy Gunn.
Yeah, Tommy Gunn, but who's his promoter, the fake Don King and shit? That's going to be my new line, man. Touch me and I'll sue. Remember that line? And Rocky still hooked his ass, bro. Rocky was like, I don't give a fuck. Sue me for what? Bang! Hooked the shit out of him. Uppercutted his ass on the car, man. We got Hawk in Maryland that says, Yo, Ness, TBV #1. All the rest, cookie cutters. You already fucking know, Hawk. Let me take a sip because these lips is dry. We got in 493, that is, I know Roman in LA, what up? I know that by heart quickly.
Yo.
What's good?
Yo, can you hear me?
Perfect.
Yo, so, hey, man, I'm loving this, man. Normally can't catch you guys live, so I'm today, twice in a row, I love it, so I'm being able to call in a little bit more, but, I read a little bit of what's on the description for YouTube, and I'm seeing a little bit of Charlo and Castano.
Yes, March 19th. It's official.
Let's do it. So that one there, I can't call it right now, but it depends on how Charlo comes in. I got to see him on when they weigh in, because this last time they weighed in, he looked like sucked dry. He looked bad. He looked malnourished, man. And I think maybe that had to do with it. That had something to do with it, because it seemed like he couldn't hurt Castano in the fight. He was catching him sometimes, but Castano kept coming forward. So depending on how he comes in on the weigh-in, I think that's going to have a lot to do with the fight there. With Tony and Hrgovic, I think Tony Yoka's going to take it because, I don't know, I just feel like some of the fights that he's had have been a little bit higher competition than Hrgovic's fights. Hrgovic has only fought Molina, and Molina was coming off of probably like 10 knockouts in a row, so getting knocked out in a row. So I think I'm going to go with Tony on that one. And then with Ryan, man, I like Ryan, but I think he kind of needs to just kind of put his head down and work because he's calling out all these guys talking about, you know, oh, I'll fight Kambosos on my first fight back, this and that. And then we're getting this here talking about Mercito Gesta. And honestly, I don't know who the other dude is.
Wow,
so,
you don't know who Saul Neno Rodriguez is?
No, I'm not familiar with him, man. I can't say I am.
He used to be trained by Robert Garcia.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's back with Robert now,
and
too.
He left them, though.
Yeah, he left them and signed.
I remember he left them.
Yeah, he signed to Floyd, got knocked out, and got back with Robert, I believe. Last I heard, he was with Robert.
Yeah, I remember he wasn't too bad, actually, when he was with Robert.
Yeah, when he was with Robert, he was a dog.
Yeah, I think I had a feeling that Ryan was going to end up fighting Mercito Gesta, though, and I think right now, I don't think that's bad for him. I think that's good coming off of a 1 year layoff. We don't know if how he's going to react when he's in the fight anymore. So I mean, I want to see him back, and then after this fight, hopefully he does really well, and he can get in there with the Devins, the Kambosos, whoever he can get a fight with. Maybe a Jojo Diaz. I know he's coming off a loss to Devin, but just start stepping that competition because he started last year off well, and we saw where that went. But yeah, man. Hopefully you guys can you can keep doing the shows the way you're doing, and I can catch them live and call in, man.
Oh, you already know, man. We turning it up. It's a new year. We got to get the grind on. Let me see.
I do like that fight. Real quick, I do like that fight, man. Jojo Diaz and Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? Get the Gesta fight out the way.
He ain't doing that. He ain't jumping straight into that.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying get the Gesta fight out the way. Mm-hmm. Get warmed up. You know what I mean? Let him put his money where his mouth is. Let him and De La Hoya cook up a plan. And then get in there with JoJo. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I would love to see. I would love to see Ryan in with a live body that can actually, do something against him. They've been treating him with kid gloves. Let's just be real. He's been getting them the kid glove treatment. But we got Big Fish Vega. What up?
Yo, what's going on?
What is going on?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm a little bit of a bad area, but I'm excited for this Castano Charlo rematch. I had Castano, edging it out 7-5. I think honestly in the rematch though, I feel like Charlo can make a lot more improvements than Castano. So I expect Charlo to edge this out, and I like that they're going to do it in a neutral area, in LA possibly. What else? I really don't know too much about Hrgovic. I know I've seen Yoka a couple times, and he's just kind of decent to me. So, and also with the Ryan Garcia fight, I seen on Twitter he is saying that that it's untrue about him fighting these two possible opponents, but what's probably untrue is that's going to take place in April instead of May. And man, I need a Border Wars opponent. This dude here, most sensitive dad ever. I mean, he's been talking crazy since he ain't gonna be in a fight. Talking about he gonna pull up on me on J Street. Like, old news, man. I'm done with this cat. Let me get someone else. I'll drop that at 154, man. It don't matter. Just get me somebody. I'm out.
For sure. Yeah, man. Let's keep it Border Wars, man. Let's keep it Border Wars and continue to be a community, man. Y'all wasn't beefing before it. Y'all not getting the fight. Ain't no reason to be beefing now. We going out to Alabama. What up?
Listos pe los chingazos. Listos pe los chingazos.
And it's not going the distance. Either he'll wave the white flag or I'll wave it for him.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
a lot of you live believable lives.
It's easy to sit in those seats. It ain't easy to stand up here. Remember that.
Matter of fact, when I smacked his brother in this gym right here, he didn't do anything. All he did was stand there like a big fat pussy.
In your mind, how does that fight go?
With me getting my hand raised.
SDS Promotions.
Yo, what's up, Ness? You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, man. Yo, hey, shout out to you. Shout out to King. Hey, I'm just glad I just got time in my hands tonight, man. So let's just go ahead and get to it. I think Yoka gonna run through Hrgovic. The other topic, Castano. I think he's gonna win this fight. You know, I picked him going into the first match. So hopefully my prediction is right that he does go ahead and dethrone Charlo and wins, because I believe that he is a very good fighter and very underestimated fighter. The Ryan Garcia news, I mean, honestly, who the fuck cares, man? Let's be honest, man. You know, like, I mean, the Gesta fight, that would be probably a good fight, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's Ryan, man. We just want to see him in the ring, man. He has so much promise, so much talent. I mean, fast hands, nice pop. You know, I just want to see him just get back on the right course with this fight, man. And Ness, man, why you had to call me out at the beginning of the show like that, man?
What you mean?
When you talk about, I'm saying all this wild shit or whatever, man. I'm just saying the shit that I'm, like you said, this is the voice of the people, right? So I'm just saying shit that people are normally uncomfortable to say, man. I'm just saying real shit, man. You know, sometimes, you know, you got to throw out the hard truths out there, man. You know, and, you know, you see LV, man, he's trying to you know, he's fighting backwards and shit like that, trying to get his shit back off against me, man. But, you know, it's facts, man. King can admit it. You saw him trying. He was scratching his head, you know, searching Google, Wikipedia, all types of shit, trying to find, trying to cross-reference his opponents to see who could probably beat who on Chizore's resume. He couldn't find anybody, man. So long story short, man, you know, call a spade, man. And that will be a tough fight for Wilder, man, that he probably would lose, man. And you can hold me to that.
Bro, they gonna be coming for you in them Alabama streets. I hope you in Atlanta these days.
You know, I'd be dipping. You know, I'd be dipping back and forth, man. You know how I move. But yo, man. But hey, man. I know Lenz was talking about some new shit he's about to do, man, for a little segment or whatever, man.
Yeah, so, call out. I told him you got to call in and introduce him, man. I don't want to take no credit for his show. Or his segment, rather.
I can't wait till he does, man, because if he wants to argue the Benavidez take or whatever, man, you know, I'll come for his head too, man. You know, and yo, hey, Ness, that's my call, man. Hey, y'all be blessed, man. Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Benavidez making it hard. He got to get out here and get a real name under his belt.
Sure. You know, shout out to Shane Benitez. He definitely has a different take, but he's staying hard in his opinions, man.
Yeah,
and he's coming through.
I mean, but it's not like his take is just not the popular one. But, you know, Ronald Ellis, Kyron Davis, again, I love those guys. I've come up interviewing those guys. They just happen to, you know, up until now, they haven't gotten that crossover win. So they're the B-sides, you know what I mean? So I see what he's saying. He say the tough things, man. He say the tough things, man. He say the tough things like Benavidez, you know what? Anthony Durrell? Shit is real in the streets, man. And Durrell struggled with Davis. And I get it. They all common opponents. Like Durrell was in there with Davis. Davis was in there with Benavidez. You know, Ellis was in there with Benavidez. And Yuna Johan got a draw with Ellis. He from New York. He never popped off either, man. He one of these dudes that's undefeated and gets like one fight a year or 3 fights a year, and you never see them on TV. You know Junior Johan? Nah, you don't know him? I'm going to send you his Instagram. I bet you know him. I'm going to send you his Instagram. Let me get to Majid in Ohio. What is up? Come on, man. You really? What the fuck? These dudes be changing their names and shit. Let me see if he's on. No, Majid, we don't hear you. No, Majid, I don't hear you, Champy. Where is... He always posts, too. I hear you now. Well, you just muted yourself again.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Oh, all right. Yeah, everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. I got Joe Smith winning, but I was thinking about something. Tell me what you think about it. If depending on how he looked, can't that put him in those little Canelo sweepstakes?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, just basically, I won't be surprised if he could pull off the get that fight or whatever. But also with that Charlo versus Castano too, I'm gonna go with Castano. I think that other than him getting clocked with those big shots or whatever, in that fight, he was applying the pressure and landing some good work on the inside, damn near the whole fight. So I'm gonna go with him in that rematch, and I think that on my bookie I'm gonna go a little bit wild and go for him for the TKO. Nice. But that's all I got.
All right, man, bro. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go through Ronald Ellis' name to see on BoxRec. Damn, I can't find my man Instagram. I got my Jimbe up next. What up?
What's good, Ness?
Chilling. What up with you?
Another day, brother. Another day.
Damn, don't sound so sad, man. Can't be that bad.
No, it ain't, man. It ain't. Just got a lot of stuff on my mind right now with work. Damn, B. I'm gonna be honest with you. All I remember was when you were talking about the Johnny Beckham Boo Boo. So I'm just gonna go off that.
I mean, you got a lot though. You got Charlo with Castano. That's official. It's gonna happen in L.A. more probably. It's not taking place in Houston, March 19th. Hrgovic and Yoka. Joe Smith is in action, and obviously, like Majid said, he could possibly be a Canelo opponent if he remains undefeated. I mean, well, with the title. You got Ryan Garcia is in talks, according to Dan Rayfield, with Mercito Gesta and Saul Rodriguez. And then Adames sitting idle waiting on Munguia to beat Big Meech, Ballard.
I listened to Uno Mas. Great podcast. Wish that the boxing voice in Espanol would have been just like that. I mean, you guys... It could have happened, but whatever.
No, I know. It's just, some people talk, other people do.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, sooner or later it will happen. You'll find the right person. But yeah, man, Adames.
I found that.
I think it's a good fight, but I don't know if he has enough to beat Munguia, Castano, and Mel. Mel, I think, gets the stoppage this time. I'm going to say he gets a stoppage. 8th round. Ryan Garcia, nobody cares, man. Just get in the ring and show us that you still got it. Nano, Nano has pop, and we've seen Ryan get dropped. So if he sleeps on Nano will sleep him. Let me see, what else was it? I don't know, man. Listen, man. Johnny Beck, to me, is the boogeyman right now at 160. I think he is the best 160 out there right now. I don't think that fight is going to happen. I think they extended it to find a way out, not to fight him, is my opinion. And I understand.
Yeah,
listen,
but they only extended it
he's not a name.
They only extended it for a week, so that's why I don't believe it's not the fight, because after a week, now you either gotta make a deal or we go on a purse bid, and they're not gonna let him lose that belt.
Yeah, but I mean, if he goes up to 168, I mean, could Maul's 168 matchup beat Andrade? Both of them at 168?
Hell no. Yeah, right. They both gonna move up and fight beltless for less money. You're crazy.
I don't know, man. I seriously don't think that he's gonna fight.
You're reaching to try to make Andre. Listen, there's no way he could duck Jan back, bro. All he has is that belt. Without that belt, Matchroom will not re-sign him. They re-signed him because he's a possible Canelo opponent. So they needed him.
He's never getting that Canelo fight.
Well, again, that's now when Canelo took a stance, but when Matchroom re-signed him, he was a Canelo option or a Gennady option. They can make money off those fights.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, Gennady maybe. Yo, how come you don't get Hrgovic on that interview that you had with
funny,
him in
right?
Vegas?
That was dope,
bro.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. One of your best interviews I think you've ever done. Y'all just really had a good back and forth. So I would like to see him on the show again, man. I think he beats Yoka. I think he is a top 10 heavyweight. I just don't think he's the guy. And onto Chisora saying, wait, no, it was Fury saying that Usyk and AJ are both on
No, not
AJ.
AJ. I mean, I guess AJ too, because he
said
it in the
AJ.
past.
He said AJ, yeah. I don't know, man. He's the wrong guy to be talking. Even though I love Fury, but we all have suspicions of shit he's done. But yeah, man. Ness, that's all I really got, bro.
All right, brother.
Have a good one.
You too. You too. We got the Hawk in Maryland, right? I'm not mistaken. Is that I still see his hand up over there, and that was Majid.
We got the Hawk.
We got line 6 Reed. What's up? I know you're here. So let me see. Where'd I put you? Line 6, what color? Line 6. Son of a gun. There you go.
It don't matter who it is. If I get anybody hurt, they getting out of here. They're not getting out that round or that fight, period.
Because I know for a fact that Boots could beat Crawford. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Spence. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Ugas, Pacquiao.
In your opinion, who is the best fighter at 147?
Me.
Everything Roy did, Boots do it better. Everything Mayweather did, he do it better.
SDS Promotions.
Lines.
Hey, what's up? Hey, I was just listening, Ness. I didn't press one or anything. I was just listening, brother.
All right. Well, happy holidays, my friend. Happy to hear from you. We're going out to LV Slugger.
Only time y'all see me in Rays is when I turn into the Bronze Mama.
I want a body, and he gonna be the body.
The ambulance better be ready. The medical better be ready. The referee better be ready. They better have that towel to be able to throw it in.
SDS Promotions.
I'll be right.
LV Slugger.
What up? How it sound?
Straight.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out the living legend himself, man. It's just amazing to me how this man, could be quiet, not saying nothing, but somehow, whenever we talking about he end up being the topic of discussion, man. But
I mean,
as a true fan, you know what I'm saying? I love it, you know what I'm saying? what I was about to say. Damn. I had one
Chisora
more thing
want
I
the
want.
smoke, man.
I
Chisora want
mean,
the smoke.
Chisora ain't did. I just feel like Chisora really done. Like,
What you mean?
you know,
We just
Wilder
went
got
through
bigger
their
fights.
resumes. We
He
just
got
went through their
bigger.
resume.
He
They
got
got the
bigger
same
fights.
resume.
He got bigger.
They
He
got
got
common
bigger
opponents. They
fights.
both
He got
fought
big.
Malik
He been a
Scott.
champion. He been a champion.
They both fought
He been a
Malik
champion.
Scott. They
Oh,
both
Chisora been a
fought Mike
champion, right?
Tyson. They both fought
I'm saying
Tyson.
how many times Chisora? I'm saying how many times Chisora been champ? Okay. All right.
How many
My
times
call.
Wilder
Let me
been
get on.
champ? How many times Wilder
Let
been
me.
champ?
Can I finish my call?
How many
Oh, how
times
many title
Wilder been?
defenses? How many title defenses
How
you
many
got?
times Wilder been
Oh, I'm
champ?
saying how many title defenses you got? How many title defenses you got? How many title defenses you got? You heard me? Yeah, you can't answer that. Keep laughing. I know that shit is real cute.
9,
you know what I'm
right?
saying?
9.
That's cute.
9.
That's cute for the fans.
9.
That's cute for the fans in the chat. But like I said, how many title defenses you got? Oh, okay.
9,
all right.
9, right?
Yeah, man, let me go get my call in, man, because it's a lot of fights I'm trying to get to talk. I know you want to talk Wilder all day, but I mean, it is what it is. That man, he about to run out in the sunset. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. I mean, I'm hoping, you know, he come back, but like I said, he ain't got nothing to prove. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all want him back. Y'all stayed talking about him all day and trying to get him back. Hopefully, he hearing what y'all saying and he got to prove something to y'all. But like I said, he has nothing to prove. He's a Hall of Famer. But like I said, man, I wanted to talk about these fights, man. Joe Smith this weekend. I want to see if he can, you know, keep his name buzzing. You know, that last fight was close for his title when he won his title, but you know, I think they trying to get him back on a little KO streak and try to build up him and Better Be. You know, they both over there at the top rank, so you know that's a nice little unification over there. That Hrgovic Yoka, man, that's a nice little heavyweight bout, man. I think this is similar to like when Sanchez and Jabba fought. You know, they was both undefeated. You know, they both each other test. So this gonna be a nice little test for both of them. I'm not really sure who going because Jokic do got a good little amateur background. I believe he gold medal and everything, but I believe he had some time out the ring. So you know, I can't wait. I want to see how that play out. I think I'm gonna lean towards Hrgovic because I think he probably been in there with a bigger name. But I wouldn't be surprised if Jokic is able to pull out because he do got a nice little style at heavyweight. But you ain't really just seen him tested yet. And the Castano Charlo, man, that's gonna be a nice. That first one was definitely a good fight. Real entertaining fight. But like I said before, on the back card, I've been saying like I think Charlo gonna get it done this time, and I think he's gonna get like a late round stoppage somewhere in that 10th or 11th round. So it's gonna be an entertaining fight, but I do think he'll end up pulling out and being undisputed. And he'll definitely be on that top 10 pound list if he get it done. And Ryan, man, you know, Ryan finally, you know, hopefully he's gonna get active, man. I've been down on Ryan for a little minute because, you know, these guys these champs in his weight class been active and he be on tour like he a troll and got a lot to say. So, I mean, hopefully he can finally go and get in the ring and, you know, show us he is a top dog at 135. You know what I'm saying? Get back on his KO run. But I would have liked the Isaac Cruz fight, but that would have helped build up that Ryan Tank fight one day. But, you know, hopefully get back active and, you know, put his name back in the hat at 135. But, yeah, that's my call, man. Shout out to the living legend.
All right. At least you admitted finally on this call that you want to see him back. You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to really retire like that. Just like we don't. So at least we all on the same page. But that is everybody. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter got to everything. Let me double check these super chats. But I think I got to everything. I mean, let them know where they can find you. And once again, thank you for joining. Actually, looks like we got maybe two from, no, actually one. You talking Fury Chisora, older than the Vlad fight. That was from LV Slugger. I'm talking Fury Chisora because you tried to say that, you know, he fought out of Prime Fury, but, you know, whatever.
Yo, gentlemen, thank you for joining us. TBV, check it out. King Amina Vesics 1 on Instagram. Also, King Amina Vesics 1 on YouTube for them championship rounds. The flagship on Thursday. find out what we think about what happened on Sunday. Catch us tomorrow. More shows to come.
For sure, for sure. Intrigue, I see you jumping on late. Let me know if you... All right, you jumped in, so we going to you, champ. Intrigue, the incredible Atlanta. What is up? Oh, my God.
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son. One time.
Keith Thurman, since the age of 7, has only had one job in life, and that's boxing.
One time.
Don't play me, nanosecond. I've been here for way more than a nanosecond. I've been waiting on the phone call.
One time.
Thurman's not done. For all those who think Thurman's done, I'm not done.
SDS Promotions.
One time.
Intrigue.
The big fish killer.
Everybody now! Everybody out!
Man down, man down. But that man didn't go down.
One time.
What's good? What's good, Ness?
What up? What up?
Y'all doing predictions? I've been
You know
handing
it.
out.
I mean, there's only one fight with Joe Smith. He fights this weekend, but we also got the Hrgovic fight official. Ryan Garcia's in talks with Mercito Gesta and Saul Rodriguez. Castano and Charlo is official for March 19th in LA.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I like but shit, I don't know, man. That's a toss up, but I'm gonna be putting more money on Castano. But I bet on both. But I put more of the money on Castano. I like Hrgovic, Smith. Wasn't it? Oh, and Ryan Garcia, I saw him respond to Dan Rafael and say
he
that
said
shit
it was
wasn't true.
fake, man. But both these guys, Golden Boy fighters, man. He know he lying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'd be interested to see who he end up fighting though. Ready to see him get back in the ring. Just like Thurman. Did you see the odds on Thurman? That's what I forgot to ask you on the other show.
Did they change?
Nah, these some of the crazy. I ain't never seen no odds like this before in my life. So they got Thurman as the favorite when you just bet straight on the fight, like a minus 175. But then when you go to the fight props, they got Thurman for a knockout at like a plus 275, and then Thurman by decision as like a plus 185.
Damn.
So got him. Yeah, that shit crazy. So I'm like, that's free money.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly, or they know something we don't know.
Well, I mean, but they got him as the favorite if you betting straight.
Well, like I said,
so they basically trying to make you say, hey, you thinking a knockout is like 50-50 on a knockout or a split decision. But I mean, I just put money on both of them. So I just want to throw that out there to the community, man. I ain't seen no odds like that before. So put your money on one of them or both of them, knockout and by the decision. I'm putting more money on the knockout, and then I'm putting money on the knockout like in 6, 5, and 7. Yep, but that's all. I'll holler at you.
All right. Well, that is all the callers. I mean, you did give your outro, right?
Yes, sir. King Amina Best 1 on Instagram, King Amina Best 1 on YouTube, Championship Rounds. We out.
And I'm your host, NessGTO, Instagram and Twitter at NessGTO. Catch me tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to get those notifications whenever we do some spontaneous shows. Peace.